Troy Rawlings here. Welcome to Troy Rawlings Live Morning Edition. Don't let my smooth talk fool you. I'm still asleep. Yo, commitment, consistency, even if you gotta dust yourself off sometimes. So it's 6:15, so y'all know I'm gonna give you an hour, so we're gonna rock until at least 7:15. Today's date is Thursday, June Thursday, June the 11th, y'all. And this is what's going on. Pivot lover, don't you walk on by. Pivot lover. You gotta be old enough to know Lionel Richie's Penny Lover to know the reference for that. Anyway. Good morning, everybody. And I am doing water. See, when I say water, that's the Baltimore in me. You may hear a lot of Baltimore this morning because I was up watching the game and then I chilled out a little bit. That was the game. NBA Finals, fantastic. All right, shout out to all the New York Knicks fans and the New Yorkers that watched the game. That was a game for the centuries. Sue, remember. Sue, your name is Sue? You know, I if you don't have your, but thank you for putting your name. It's Sue, and where you at, Sue? Oh, you remember. Your name is Sue, and you do remember. But it's a crazy game, right? All right, y'all. Y'all like Troy, why you up doing live? What's up? For y'all that don't know, I've committed to doing 5 days a week for 52 weeks my Troy Rawlings Morning Edition. Specifically coming on here and talking for about an hour about love. For those that don't know, part of my mission in life, part of the reasons I write in magazine and the books I write and even my comedy based on sex, love, relationships, is because part of my mission in life is to help men and women communicate better in love. And I said, what better way to do it than to force my behind up in the morning? I'm already up most of the time. I'm already up early. But it takes a different mentality to up and get it. But I love it because it's going to give me a new kind of content. I got some books I'm working on. It helps me connect with y'all in a different way. And for the month of, I want y'all to think I'm on fire. Humidifier going. I got the Zen music and water. That's the Baltimore in me. Water. Sometimes I gotta lubricate the chassis. But yeah, part of my mission in life is to help men and women communicate better in love. In the month of June, we're talking about self-love habits, self-love activities, self-love, the nature of it, the whole nine, baby. All right? But let's get this thing started the right way. We're going to do a little breathing. Get your notepads out if you're just tuning in. If you're watching this later, get your notepads out. Whatever you write on, because we may say something that helps you today. And it's for me first. So as it blesses me, I hope it blesses you. It's not a religious broadcast at all, because I may say something off. Especially this morning. Okay. All right. Don't close your eyes if you're driving, or if you're riding a bike, or if you're walking. Please. Don't look at your phone if you're walking. Stop that. All right. All right. Loosen your shoulders. All right, we're going to take a deep inhale through our nose. Try to fill your diaphragm, not just your chest. Try to fill your diaphragm like you're holding your breath underwater. Breathe in through your nose. Inhale. Love, peace, joy. Exhale. Fear, doubt, anger, sadness. Inhale. Joy, fulfillment, peace. Exhale. fear, doubt, hate. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale through your nose. Big one. Exhale. I don't fully know what that does, but it does something. Hey, Shawnee. All right, quick prayer. Father, thank you for this amazing day, Thursday, June 11th. Another day, glorious day in your light. Bless everybody that's listening, watching this now or later. Bless our family and friends, those who may not be watching. Bless our loved ones, those we have seen, haven't seen, those we need to reconnect with. Thank you for reconnections. Thank you for blessing and healing and all the wonderful things you do. Let us have a blessed day. In your precious name we pray. Amen. Amen. All right, y'all. This morning on the Troy Rawlings Live Morning Edition, let me get away from the Zen music because I'm going to fall back to sleep. I'm like, yeah, like I was saying. And how are y'all doing? Yes, indeed. All right, just make sure you don't close your eyes when you're doing it. Good to see you, girl. All right. Before we get into it, all right, let's get with some celebrity birthdays before we do that, okay? Shall we? Let's see if we got any celebrity birthdays, any celebs we know. Let's see. Oh, wait, that's not. Today's date is the 11th, right? Is today the 11th? Am I tripping? All right, y'all. Welcome to the Troy Rawlings Live Morning Edition. Oh, wait a minute now. Oh, we got some heavy hitting birthdays today. And if you know anybody mine is the 16th, days away. Okay, 16th. What day is the 16th on? 16th is on Tuesday. So you got to tune in Tuesday. And I'm going to give you a big old shout out. And let me say this, special thank you. I told you sometimes I may have celebrity friends or celebrities that somebody I wanted to interview. And if they come on live and I ask them, do they want to do an interview? You know, I'm a media guy, so I'm going to interview them. And yesterday, one of the interviews I've been waiting to get for years, Dr. Hadia Nicole Green was yesterday. So it's on the page. It's on my YouTube channel. We talked for 90 minutes. We talked for an hour and a half. This sister is the physicist, scientist, doctor who developed the nanotechnology with lasers to kill cancer. And I'm thinking she's an African sister, scientist, brilliant genius. She is a brilliant genius with 3 degrees, PhD, real degrees, real doctor from St. Louis. And we had a ball. And she went in deep. And all of that. So go back. What's going on? Kesme Laugh. So you had to if you have a name that's not your name, put your first name in your city and I'll give you a shout out. But go back and watch yesterday's. When you have time, go back and watch yesterday's interview. Mark Howard. Why did it look like something crazy before? Mark Howard, what's good? Go back and watch yesterday's interview with Dr. Hadia Nicole Green. It was amazing. And give to the Orly Foundation. She's about to start clinical trials on humans. The FDA put on a fast track. Amazing. All right, let's get with these celebrity birthdays. And like I say, if you know anybody whose birthday is today, you tell that Baltimore's in me because I'm like birth. BERF. I'm not even saying birth. Let me lubricate the chassis. Shawnee was amazing. She popped in. I was like, yo, You know what I told you. If you pop in here and you say you want to get an interview, I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you do what I do. 26 years of doing this media thing. All right, celebrity birthdays today. Kodak Black. I don't think these ages are right, so I'm not gonna read the ages because I saw a couple people. Kodak Black's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Kodak Black, wherever you are. I don't even know if I really know a Kodak Black song, but happy birthday, young man. Tems. I know Tems, the singer Tems. Her birthday is today. Happy birthday, Tems. Shia LaBeouf. His birthday is today. Yeah, these ages can't be right. Hugh Laurie, the guy that played in House. His birthday is today. Happy birthday. Joshua Jackson, another major actor. One of my all-time favorite comedian actors in history. Hey, what's going on, young lady? How are you? I know you're on your way somewhere, so thank you for tuning in. My girl Echo. A wonderful Echo she is. Okay, I'm not gonna do all that. One of my favorite all-time comedic actors, Gene Wilder's birthday is today. Let me write these down so I can hit them later. Gene Wilder. Happy birthday. Heavenly birthday to Gene Wilder. Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, I was about to do a whole echo like I was about to sing or some shit. Early this morning. Tems and Kodak Black. I don't know a Kodak Black song. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I probably do and didn't know it was him. As you know how these songs go viral and you're like, oh, I know that song. Peter Dinklage. So Dinklage, the little guy from Game of Thrones. Amazing actor. Peter Dinklage, the little guy from Game of Thrones. Oh, man. Is it all right to say little guy? Joe Montana, football great. Joe Montana. Yeah, these ages are not right at all. Joe Montana his birthday is today. Adrienne Barbeau. Am I saying it right? Adrienne Barbeau was one of the first screen actresses. She was the black-haired chick in a lot of the horror movies or scream movies or teen movies. Adrienne Barbeau. Comedian Jimmy O. Yang, an actor, he is. I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. So happy birthday, everybody. All right, today we are talking about, let's see, Adrienne Barbeau, Joe Montana. I'm trying to think, do I know anybody else whose birthday is June 11th? Hey, V, how are you? All right, y'all. As you know, like I said, the month of June, we're talking about self-love all month. I'm going to rock with y'all for an hour today, so you're going to get some good info, some notes you can take, some things you can implement. We're talking about love all year, 5 days a week, 52 weeks. I'm committed to doing it, to bring you a broadcast, something a little different, some good news. Good news. I'm not a singer. All right, self-love. Let me give you a working definition for self-love, first and foremost. Self-love is an appreciation. Good morning, Vanessa. Is an appreciation for oneself that grows from actions supporting physical, psychological, and spiritual growth. Treat yourself with the same compassion, respect, and care you would a close friend. I say a close relative. A child. That one is hard. It's kind of deep because I think about the love I have for my daughter and most people have for their children. And it's like, whoa, can I love myself like that? Can I love myself unconditionally? Can I love myself to the point where I could do something horrendous and be like, you know what? It'll be okay. You're all right. There's no fire. To help yourself recover. Can I recover like the New York Knicks? Everything is going to be a New York Knicks saying for a while. Self-esteem. We're talking about self-esteem today. So, self-esteem is your overall subjective evaluation of your personal worth, value, and capabilities. Boy, I am spitting out words this morning. You have to, right? It's 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard. Africa, South Africa people, and everybody, I don't know what time it is right now. 9 hours, I'll find out. I'll say in a little bit. Hey, how are you? Self-esteem is your overall subjective evaluation of your personal worth, value, and capabilities. It defines how much you appreciate and respect yourself, directly impacting your mental well-being, motivation, and the quality of your relationships. Ooh, I dare say the quality of your life. Let's say it again. Self-esteem is your overall subjective evaluation of your personal worth, value, and capabilities. It defines how much you appreciate and respect yourself, directly impacting your mental well-being, motivation, and the quality of your relationships. Wikipedia. Thank you, Wikipedia. It's a good working definition. Subjective. Overall subjective. All right. Subjective refers to anything that is based on or influenced by personal feelings, opinions, interpretations, or individual experiences, rather than on independent facts. It is opposite of objective. Ooh. So, self-esteem has to do with your perspective of yourself, which can change according to, a lot of times, how you feel about yourself. Your emotions can change your overall evaluation of yourself. So with that being said, we're going to jump into some signs of healthy versus low self-esteem, okay? It says understanding where you fall on the spectrum can help you navigate your confidence and boundaries. These are coming from Psychology Today, Very Well Mind, and the Wayne County government website. So why is this important, Troy? Why are we talking about self-esteem today? I thought it was important because what were we talking about the other day? The other day we were talking about celebrating small wins, appreciating everyday progress and successes. And in the midst of it, I recognize, hey, sis, speaking of yoga, I don't know if I saw you. Oh, somebody mentioned something about Awakenings, where you do yoga classes, the purple yoga at Awakenings. I got to get out. Purple Pilates. I got to get out there. And come to find out that the history of Pilates, the guy that started Pilates, it was a black woman who he trained to carry it on or something. I got to go into the history of it, but it's deep. Okay. So today, if you're just tuning in, Troy Rawlings Live, Morning Edition. We're talking about love. Good day. How are you? Is that Rosita? We're talking about love and happy Thursday. And A's Sherishan. What's your name, sis? Because, some of y'all don't have your first name. Put your first name down so I can call you by first name. Some people be mad. My government name? You want my government? I want the name your mama or your daddy came up with and put on birth certificate. Yes. Give it to me. We're talking about self-esteem. But we were talking about celebrating small wins on Tuesday. Yesterday, like I said, go back and check it out. I interviewed one of the people I've been trying to interview for a while, Dr. Hadia Nicole Green, the sister who is killing cancer with a new nanotechnology using laser. Aisha. Now, is it Rosita or Rakita? You remember that song? Aisha, you okay. Self-esteem is very important because a lot of people suffer from low self-esteem. Some people don't. Some people are considered narcissists, and narcissists have different levels. So that's people, we were using the heck out there. Oh, they're narcissists. They just a narcissist. They just a narcissist. All of us a little narcissistic. If you're trying to be positive, you're trying to do something and you gotta believe in yourself to a point. Now, narcissistic disorder is a whole other thing. I am not a psychologist nor a therapist, even though they have told me I talk like one and write and think like one sometimes. I don't know. But before I leave this planet, I am going to get a psychology degree. Mark my words. Self-esteem is all about perspective. What affects your perspective the most, I believe, are your environment, your overall environment, actual where you live, where you stay, where you work, the people around you, and your experiences. To me, those are the things that really do it to me. But signs of healthy versus low self-esteem. Understanding where you fall on the spectrum can help you navigate your confidence and boundaries. Healthy. You realistically understand your strengths and weaknesses, can set firm boundaries, avoid dwelling on past mistakes. Woo! Don't get me started on the JD. But I know you're working on your JD right now, right? Or is this your first law degree? You realistically understand your strengths and weaknesses, can set firm boundaries, avoid dwelling on past mistakes, and are comfortable voicing your opinions without seeking constant approval. That's Psychology Today. You realistically understand your strengths and weaknesses. Lube the chassis, baby. I start slipping and dipping with my words. You realistically understand your strengths and weaknesses, can set firm boundaries, avoid dwelling on past mistakes, and are comfortable voicing your opinions without seeking constant approval. That's healthy self-esteem. That is healthy. All of that sounds healthy. Because sometimes we can't get past our past mistakes. And setting firm boundaries have to do with the boundaries you set in yourself first and then outside. Low self-esteem. You frequently focus on your shortcomings, struggle to say no, and may exhibit hidden signs like hyper-independence, chronic busyness, or an excessive need to people please. Ouch. Oh, second law degree. The first one was criminal justice. This one is, oh, you working with Juris Doc? Yes, ma'am. Countdown to November. Come on. Come on, Echo. Say speak your shit about it. Speak it. Chapstick, Lord. Hold on. LL said he can't live on my radio. Can't live my lubricate the chassis. LL said he can't live without the radio. I cannot live without moisturization of these lips. Look at my eyes. Okay. Low self-esteem sounds very familiar to us all, right? You frequently focus on your shortcomings, struggle to say no, and may exhibit hidden signs like hyper-independence, chronic busyness, or an excessive need to please people. You know, that's deep. Because, and that's from Very Well Mine. I didn't associate. Hey, Lise, what's up, girl? Welcome. We talking about self-esteem today. All About Love is a really great book to recommend. I didn't realize that hyper-independence and chronic busyness is also a sign of low self-esteem. I guess that would be because it says you frequently focus on your shortcomings, struggle to say no, and hyper busyness. I know you make me. Well, I'm just glad you tune in while you're in bed. All of you that are tuning in while you're in bed, welcome. I gotta get up soon for the office. Yes, ma'am. Because I know I have friends that are and associates that are always, and I'm like, yo, take a minute. That's UV. Oh, I get it. I get it, because we're in a day and age where it's nothing for people to work 7 days a week. It's nothing for people to work 7 days a week. And like I say, I'm not even using this as a religious term, but we don't even think of Sabbath. Sabbath means rest. The word Sabbath means rest. The reason it was essential to rest was for the person's, our well-being, to reconnect with our Creator, to reconnect and get plugged back into the wall, to plug back into the socket, to re-energize. The scripture when Jesus said they were getting on him, was like, how you gonna heal somebody on the Sabbath? I'm paraphrasing, because I don't know if they were talking like they were round the way from these might have been from the west side of, we talking about the original area over there when it was people. It's a whole nother topic. But they were leaning on Jesus, saying, look, we try and find some laws that he broke, and he healed somebody on Sabbath. Oh, let's get him. It came over there, and he was like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all hypocrites. He was like, if one of y'all oxen broke a leg or something, y'all be fixing. He was like, wait. Plus, the Sabbath ain't for God. The Sabbath is, you're not made for the Sabbath. The Sabbath is for you. It's actually for you. Rest is actually for you. And a lot of people put rest down like it's the worst thing in the world. And then when we go to the doctor, when I go to my doctor, Dr. Sai, Chinese doctor in San Gabriel, the first thing he does is holds my pulse, and he looks at me and he says, oh, how much rest are you getting? I remember my daughter was first born, and he asked me how much rest I was getting. I was like, I'm a very light sleeper. She tends to wake up and go to the bathroom at 3. So I'm what do you mean rest? He's like, and then over the years, he was like, I was like, yeah, I'm good. How many people, and you can raise your hands in the chat, how many people have said these words out loud? Oh, I can rock 4 hours sleep, I'm good. 5 hours sleep, I'm good. There's a reason that we're supposed to get 8 hours sleep. Dr. Sai told me, he said, Troy, even if you don't have to get up right away, if you're not doing something like this, and even with this, I'm getting up, I'm coming to the office, but I'm shorts, I'm dressed casual. I'm not like hard working. Now, after this, I will work out a little bit, set up some stuff, do some other stuff, make sure I open the store, all that stuff. But he was like, even if you can just lay there, if you're working on your phone, just at least do what Lisa's doing. Get up, but don't get all the way up. Make sure your body is getting enough rest. I recognize that the vetiver oils. I gotta write that down. Sorry. I know some people use magnesium. Vetiver oils help you sleep. So low self-esteem. Yes, ain't nothing like good rest. To recoup. So low self-esteem, you frequently focus on your shortcomings, struggle to say no, and may exhibit hidden signs. Like hyper-independence. Are you closed off from everybody? Are you one of those people that would rather be by yourself than with anybody else? Dr. Hadiyah said something, and I kind of joked, and I kept it light and things like that. But this sister, for the past 10 years, has been working tirelessly on killing cancers for 10 years, raising funds. She's in the midst of really needing to raise funds because she's right at the point where they do human trials. Human trials means it gets FDA approved. FDA approval means it goes to the next level. And in the midst of it, our interview, she said, yeah, sometimes, but I need a hug too. And I was like, oh, I need a hug too. I'm ready for marriage too. And I'm thinking she's younger than I think she said she's in her 40s. I think she's 45. And she said, I need a hug too. I need love too. I don't want people to think I'm this island because of what I'm doing. I'm a regular girl from St. Louis. And we all need touch. We all need hugs. We all need love. And I know people, and I've done it before, that you replace human connection with chronic hyper independence and chronic busyness, and you're replacing human connection, or you're replacing rest and just loving on yourself. So that is a sign of low self-esteem. Wow. Inflated self-esteem. Yeah. And here's the thing. And I went through certain things at a young age. I used to get terrible migraines. Somebody might be looking at this right now. I'm like, migraines, what does that have to do? I thought I needed glasses. I get migraines to the point where I was working at restaurants. Even when I worked at the barbershop one time, I had to stop cutting hair, let somebody else cut hair. I laid down, got the ice water, get in the dark room. And I was getting these migraines. And I thought I needed glasses. I went and he was like, no, 20/20 vision. It was dehydration. And I believe partial exhaustion. Because back in the 80s and 90s, who was drinking water? Out the water hose. In the house, you had some cold water in the fridge. But it was Slurpees, sodas, juices. I remember us staying at 7-Eleven for hours playing video games. Who was drinking water? But I also was exhausted. And I was young. And I don't get migraines anymore. I haven't had migraines in decades. And if I do feel like I'm coming down with a migraine, it is easily dehydration, exhaustion, or I haven't eaten. If I'm coming down with a headache, but it's never a migraine. But I used to get migraines. And it was from dehydration. It was from not getting rest. It was from just running around like I was crazy. Inflated esteem. Mommy Slurpees. Freezy cups. We used to get freezy cups. Man, they take the Kool-Aid, all the sugar, and they freeze the cup, and then the lady pop it out, flip it. Oh, freezy cups. They don't even do freezy cups no more. Okay. Inflated self-esteem. You believe you are inherently superior to others and consistently overestimate everyone around. You believe you are inherently superior to others and consistently underestimate everyone around you. That's an inflated self-esteem. Oh, if you're really hungry, you got to check out my blog. All right. Before I get into why self-esteem matters, that one was by Wayne County government. So inflated self-esteem is you the big dog and everybody else is below you. Too much of that, All right. Before I move on, since we talked about eating, I got to mention my media sponsors. One of my media partners is Sheen Magazine. The latest Sheen Magazine on stands now. You'll catch my latest Dear Troy. I should have it, but I gave my last one away to the sister who has Missy K, Reach LA Angels. Reach LA Angels. Follow at Reach LA. Oh, I didn't even put anything. Why didn't y'all tell me my information wasn't down here? And I'll put this down here too, just in case you want to donate to the Troy Rawlings morning show. And for people who donate, anybody that donates today, I'll send you a free copy of my ebook. It doesn't matter what you donate. It's just really $, my whole name. But Reach LA Angels. Edition. Until I just bumped on here. I was all naked in the chat. That's good. That's good enough. But if you make a donation, I'll send you a free copy of my ebook. And we'll be doing some book signings around Los Angeles and some other areas soon and very soon. So stay tuned for that. All right. Big shout out to Reach LA Angels. My new blog is actually about the 5 top comfort foods. I wanted to hear your 5 top comfort foods. Not here, because we'll all be hungry. Do it on the blog. Go to Reach LA Angels. Click the link in my bio, and you'll find it. It's a fun blog. I'll be doing it once a week with Reach LA Angels. And big shout out to Flamin' Pasta. I just said stop talking about food, and I thought about Flamin' Pasta. I gotta get down there. Near Inglewood, amazing pasta. Imagine a carry out pasta restaurant. You can eat inside, but it's imagine getting Italian pasta like you at a restaurant sitting down, and they mix it. And my brother's from, I don't know if he's from Guyana. I forgot where he's from. He's an island brother, but I don't know if he's Haitian. I can't remember. Him and his wife, they throw down. Amazing. I'm starving. I'm sorry. Milton Breeze. Big shout out to Milton Breeze. Breeze Ballroom Dancing. Barbara Solomon. Barbara Solomon is going to be coming on here to do a segment. She is a griot, a book author. She has some amazing children's books and stories, and she is just an amazing person. Amazing. No, this is just, they're not Italian, so it's not authentic Italian, but it's some of the best pasta. Flaming Pasta's a beast. You gotta go check it out. I did a review on my Troy the Foodie page, so check it out. Steel City Cigars. Big shout out to Tony Rawlings and Steel City Cigars. Bad Juju Golf. Actually, this is the hat I'm wearing now. Bad Juju. I need a haircut. That's why I'm sporting a hat in the morning. Need to cut my own hair. What's going on? Oh, you will love Flaming Pasta. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. It's amazing. Lynn Connor, Destiny Open Drama, girl Renee Ambush, and Tasty W's. We had at the golf simulator, we had a game night the other day. Tasty W's helped towards, they didn't give the food I wanted. Tasty W's home style. I'm sorry, once again. You notice I have a theme with the cooking sponsors. Anyway, all right, let's get back to it. Self-esteem. We're talking about self-esteem this morning. We're talking about self-love the whole month of June. Self-esteem, how to build self-esteem. How to build self-esteem. You can actively cultivate. Yes. You can actively cultivate. Let me lube the chassis. We ain't stumbling over these words this morning. I haven't had coffee yet either, so I wanted to get the water in because I'm about to do some coffee right after I leave y'all. If I just jump off here and get some coffee, you just rock with me. Helps my self-esteem though. How to build self-esteem. You can actively cultivate a stronger sense of self-worth through deliberate daily practices. Here's some of the practices, y'all. Practice self-compassion. Self-compassion was one of the things we talked about. We talked about self-compassion last week, actually last Wednesday, last Thursday, a week ago, self-compassion, actually. Self-compassion. Forgive yourself for past mistakes and treat yourself with the same kindness you would show a close friend. Self-compassion. Also, I talk about, where is my other one? It's kind of far over there. I talk about looking in this mirror. I talk about looking in that mirror and say, you are wonderful. You're beautiful. You're doing a great job. You got this. You're beautiful. You're awesome. You're blessed by God. Look in this mirror. Look in the mirror. Call yourself beautiful. Tell yourself you love yourself. And some people may I've told people to do that. And well, for one, you'd be surprised how many men. I haven't asked many men how to do that. I asked women who are older women, especially 50s, 60s. Have you ever looked in the mirror and said, I love you, and gave yourself some props and all that stuff? And they were like, no. It shocked me. But the reason it's good to look in the mirror, not only to do affirmations and to encourage yourself, is because that child or that younger person or the person that went through any hurt, pain is still in there. And they hear that too. Our psyche, our whole mind hears it, our body, it activates us. It activates us. They have done tests where they've talked to flowers and food, and they've talked Rashad Cut. All right, you gotta put your full name. What's up? They've done tests where they talk to food, and they've talked to praise food or praise a flower, and they talk bad to the other one. And the one they talk bad to tends to die quicker, sooner, not flourish. If that happens to fruit and flowers, how much does it do to ourselves if we're not talking positive of ourselves? Man, I messed up again. I'm trying to get it together, man. I'm trying to. Even when people talk like that, you can see their shoulders hunch, the eyes go low, you start looking down. Big yourself up. Work on self-compassion. Give yourself some credit, right? So practice self-compassion. Forgive yourself for past mistakes and treat yourself with the same kindness you would show a close friend. Challenge negative thoughts. Identify distorted self-critical thoughts and deliberately counter them with realistic positive evidence. People, some of my friends hate me. Some of my friends probably hate, I mean in a good hate, in a good friendly hate. Good friendly old hate. Hate you. No. Okay. Because there's something in me that has to get optimistic. And I try to listen, and I try to, especially if it's my guy friends, I try to be mindful. But if someone's hitting with like, yeah, I just don't know. I got a close friend, man. He said, yeah, I'll try to get it together and maybe I can get something. And I watch his body as he talks. Yeah, maybe, not really where I want to be, but, I don't, in my daughter, I remember asking my daughter if she thought she was beautiful. And she was like, I said, well, who do you find beautiful? And she's like, Beyonce and Kardashian. She named some people. I said, everybody she named, I was like, that's not how they really look, though, right? You like naturally beautiful, Zoe, inside and out. And I can get in a whole nother realm talking about my daughter because I can get very emotional. But you can see how it affects people. But here's why we're dealing with self-love this month. Ladies especially. Guys too. I've had relationships with people and I could say, I love you, you're beautiful, this, that, and other. And I could look at them and it would repel off. I could almost see it. Someone that doesn't have self-love, you can give them all the compliments in the world. You can give them all the encouragement in the world. You can speak life to them you can just pour on them. You can really see it with kids. They feeling down and stuff, and you trying to encourage them. You're like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Well, the thing is, it's what media puts forth. Remember, at one point in time, media didn't even put black women in the state of beauty. Most of us coming up didn't see. I got this whole joke where I talk about who hired all the black mothers back in the day. No offense. But until Claire Huxtable or Claudine, and even with Claudine, she had 4 or 5 kids, and she was, but she was Diane Curl. Ooh, gorgeous. But you see, like the Brady Bunch mom and the Partridge Family mom and Dick Van Dyke's wife and Leave It to Beaver's mom, and all these moms were like, hey, how are you? Hey, everybody. And then you got Florida Evans, James. You got Wheezy. No offense. You got Wheezy. You got Florida Evans. Look at the mom on Family Matters. You see how they all got the same kind of heavy. Baby. Look here. What? Wheezy, why is your voice deeper than George's? What is going on? Just look at the casting of how they pictured black moms. And that's not all of them. My mother was beautiful. My mother was beautiful to me. One of the most beautiful women. Complexion like mine, a little bit lighter. Which complexion is? We got so many different flavors in our spectrum, in our diaspora. We are beautiful as it is. But she was just beautiful. Short, natural short hair. And she would get herself together, back in the day we used to joke ourselves, and she would come in with the makeup on, like pancake on, like she was Ronald McDonald's little sister, and the wig a little crooked, like Donna Ross. And I was like, Mom, you just had short hair yesterday. Be quiet. Just saying. Later on in life, I asked her, I was like, why did you wear so much makeup and stuff? She said, I didn't find myself beautiful. I never thought I was beautiful. I never thought I was beautiful. So self-esteem is important because if you're not working on your own self-esteem, someone can compliment you, especially you women out there. All of you are gorgeous. Everybody's beautiful. Everybody's beautiful to somebody. But it literally repels compliments if you don't have self-love. I've seen it. I was complimenting a girlfriend of mine one time, and we were on FaceTime, and I'm complimenting her, and she was like, and I'm complimenting her, and her shoulders are like her whole countenance. I'm big on reading body language, and her countenance is changing with compliments. I was like, oh, you don't see it? See, I don't look at myself like that. 50. It's like 49 or 50 at the time. So yeah, y'all, this is very important. So practice self-compassion. Challenge those negative thoughts internally. And the way you challenge negative thoughts is identify distorted self-critical thoughts and deliberately counter them with realistic positive evidence. Okay? Set boundaries. Learn to voice your needs and say no without feeling guilty. That's a big one. A lot of people talk about their boundaries. But boundaries start with yourself. Boundaries start with doing the better things for yourself. Okay? It's not just, no, I'm setting boundaries. And another thing, and some people may disagree with this. Like I said, I'm not a psychiatrist or a therapist, but some people may disagree with this. Setting boundaries does not mean telling everybody you're setting boundaries. I know we like posting and all kinds of stuff. Setting boundaries does not mean telling everybody you're setting boundaries. It's not setting boundaries. That's deflecting. That's pushing everybody back. Setting boundaries starts within you. If I don't want to drink, I don't have to drink. I'm like, all right, Troy, you went out tonight. You know you're lightweight. You shouldn't be drinking. You know how you feel after you drink. You know you're going to feel a little groggy in the morning trying to get up and do this 6 a.m. thing because you had one beer. I'm testifying. One beer. I had to do water and a soda afterwards, and trying to step away from sodas because I like my skin being moisturized, and even though I got shaved, I like this. I don't want to look all. I like a good cigar, but I shouldn't be smoking cigars all the time. So I try to, Call Gilliard. What's going on, man? Welcome to Troy Rawlings Live Morning Edition. As you know, I love to talk about sex, love, and relationships because I like my mission. One of my missions is to help men and women communicate better in love. So for the next 52 weeks, I'll be talking about love in some capacity. The month of June, we're talking about self-love. If it gets too good to me, June and July, we talking about self-love because we got to start there first. So welcome, my brother. I don't know if you stay in ATL or if you're in town. Look like you were in town the other day at a good party. Actor, teacher, called Gilliard. 18 years ago, I think I met Carl initially on MySpace. We were talking on MySpace, and 18 years ago, we met when I moved here. And Carl Gilliard had one. That tell you, this is how I know you 68, because when I moved here, you were turning 50. That was your 50th birthday. Because I remember the cake. And one of the livest parties ever. And I got to meet one of my favorite directors of all time, Bill Duke, and so many other people. So, call Gilliard, ladies and gentlemen. If it was a little bit earlier call, you would have got, because when my celebrity friends or people I really want to interview come on, I'll do it. But Carl, we got to get you on an interview. Yesterday, I interviewed Dr. Hadia Nicole Green, amazing doctor, scientist, nanotechnologies. She does the lasers and she's killing cancer. Amazing interview. So y'all go and watch it. The link is in my bio as well. All right. We're talking about self-esteem. Here are some of the things you can actively do. Yeah, I say birth is the F, especially if I'm not thinking about it. If I'm comfortable, I'm comfortable with y'all this morning. You're going to hear birth and you're going to hear water. I did not say water. I do not say birth. I'm probably going to spit on you if I say birth. If we in, I'm like, it's your birthday. Like, oh, grandma's from Virginia. I love it. All right. How to build self-esteem. Recap. Practice self-compassion. Challenge negative thoughts. That's a big one. Identify distorted self-critical thoughts and deliberately counter them with realistic positive evidence. Set boundaries. Learn to voice your needs and say no without feeling guilty. That starts with you first. That doesn't mean you announce to everybody, no, I'm setting boundaries. If you have to, because some women have to say it because that guy or that girl that you just can't say no to. In whatever capacity it is. Keep promises to yourself. Lasting self-esteem is built when you set goals and follow through with them, building deep trust in your own capabilities. Let me say that again, because this is a part of that. This is why I'm doing this every day, 5 days a week. Keep promises to yourself. Lasting self-esteem is built when you set goals and follow through with them, building deep trust in your own capabilities. Mental health is everything. Now, let me jump on that as well and kind of piggyback off of that echo. Overall, she said overall self, without feeling guilty, right? Overall self-love really boils down to a healthy state of mind. Mental health is everything. Yes. But big ass juicy butt, jiggling butt, Jamaica. I need to travel there because it's been too long since I've been to Jamaica. But the initial things outside of somebody having something clinical or some real traumas that they can't shift past or things like that, because therapy is needed for, if you have some serious traumas, you definitely need to have help. I know I need to sit down with a therapist in this stage of my life. Again, I had therapists that I was working with on a regular basis and talking to over the years, and they helped me tremendously. I do a lot of reading, I do a lot of this work, and it helps me. Yes. I think that might have been even, I don't know, that might have even been hedonism. Whole nother, okay. I try to pay attention to the comments below so I can make sure this is interactive. Self-esteem, self-compassion, a lot of these self-love techniques are the mental health techniques we can do on our own, are the mental health techniques. Yes, that's true. But because you have to work out a lot of this. Now, like I said, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not any of that. But these are techniques that you can do. And hearing it from someone else, and a lot of these Very Well Mind and the different sites and Psychology Today, these are where I'm getting these pieces from. These are the quotes. These are the breakdowns. I put them into the system. I see what's what. So a lot of these are coming from therapists, are coming from psychologists, are coming from doctors and schools and things. These are techniques. These techniques help you build a healthier mind. When we're talking about self-esteem, we're talking about your own perspective of yourself, which will indeed help you build better mental thoughts and mental awareness and things. Everybody needs therapy, but you ain't gonna have therapy every day. So you have to be your therapy every day. You have to be your psychiatrist every day. You have to look in that mirror every day. You have to wake up with yourself every day. You start your day with yourself and no one else every day. Even if you're sleeping next to somebody, it's you. Before you talk to your kids, when you go to bed, it's you. Practicing this stuff, even when we was talking about, we watched the Michael movie. If anybody saw the Michael movie. And his nephew said he was amazed when he was at the house how many writings and how much he wrote on papers and how much he kept stuff around the wall and how many his mantras in the day and the things he talked about on a regular basis. What things he talked about. So what are your credentials? I thought you were a life, marriage, family therapist. No. What? No. I'm just a book author. I'm just a guy who's been doing my sex, love, and relationship tour for over 20 years. I just talk about what I know, what I learn, and what I read. No, never. I do work at LMFTs. I do work with therapists. I do work with doctors. I was producing the podcast for like Dr. Zoe Shaw and Lisa Bubari, and no. There's never, I always start with that. No. I'm not saying I won't be, but no, I'm not. I'm just a guy. And I am not a doctor. No. You ain't gonna get me caught up in that. And I'm not going to get, even though I've been offered several honorary doctorates. No, I am. I've started taking credits towards, this is not a secret because I started a few years back, getting my psych degree. So I'm in the process of it. So, but I won't be mentioning it until it's done. So until I have it and I can be like, oh, by the way, that's when my background will change to the window behind me, and I'm in a leather chair, and I turn around and have the spectacles and a little pipe. It's probably just got some incense burning out of it. Yeah. But no, I'm an author, and part of my mission in life is to help men and women communicate better in love. And it really came birthed in 2000. I guess I was always talking about certain things, but in 2004, when we started the Taboo Talk tour, and Yonder, my best friend Yonder, and I he was writing erotic fiction, and we were doing these talks, and it started with 12 people in the back of Carl Weber's bookstore in Baltimore. And I wanted people to have an open space to talk freely. One of my gifts innately is to help set atmosphere where people feel comfortable. And I noticed that firsthand when we were doing these events, and women would come out, mostly women at the time. Dr. Rawlings does have a knife into it, but I am not a doctor. I am not. I don't even have a bachelor's yet. So, but this associate's to start is looking wonderful. But yes. But I tell you what, by me doing this, and I'm doing openly what I do for myself. And I'll start wrapping this up too, because we're coming up on an hour. I'm doing openly with you guys what I do for myself. The things I read daily, the processes I do, outside of my morning devotions, like my prayer and stuff like that. But just filling myself with a lot of information. I read a lot of books. I listen to a lot of doctors. I take a lot of notes. If you looked on my, they were right here. This is my Love Supreme. This is my book that's going to be for the next 52 weeks. But I've always been like that all my life. It's the thing that makes me such a great writer. And I'm not bragging. Other people have told me, the Maryland State Writing Contest told me I was a great writer at 12th grade. And I've never turned back. And when I met Yonder, he was like, dude, you should be writing books. When I met Dr. Zoe Shaw, she did a deep dive before I met her in person. I'm thinking she's trying to book me for an event. Shout out to Dr. Zoe Shaw. And we meet up at a coffee bean, and she's talking. It's like, yeah, I just saw, I saw what you were doing online. And she's going through it, and I'm like, so where do you know me from? Because I realized she wasn't trying to book me for a gig, and I needed gigs. And I was like, she was like, I just came across your stuff, and I started looking at more of your stuff you're doing. And she was the one that told me, Troy, you need to really take it to the next level because you think, write, and talk like a therapist. And I was like, oh, okay. So this is working a muscle, but I'm really doing openly what I do for myself. And I've been blessed to have media partners like Sheen doing my Dear Troy article, and just I'm just really giving my opinions based also with things I see that can help people, because we need it. Okay. So let's go back. All right. Wrap this up. How to build self-esteem. Once again, a working definition for self-esteem before we get out of here. Self-esteem is your overall subjective evaluation of your personal worth, value, and capabilities. It defines how much you appreciate and respect yourself, directly impacting your mental well-being, motivation, and quality of your relationships. Signs of healthy versus low self-esteem. Healthy, low, and inflated. We talked about that. Inflated self-esteem is when you think you're better than everybody. Why self-esteem matters. It's motivation, believing in your competence and power. Oh, wait. Did I jump? Yes, I talked about this. Um, why self-esteem matters. Self-esteem serves as a psychological foundation that affects everyday choices and mental health. Like we said, we may have jumped over this. I'm sorry, y'all. That's from Psychology Today. Motivation. Believing in your competence empowers you to set goals and take on new challenges. Okay, so you need to be able to motivate yourself daily just to get up and move. Mental well-being. High self-esteem acts as a buffer against stress, whereas low self-esteem is strongly linked to anxiety, loneliness, and depression. Like Echo said, we talk about mental health. It's saying here, mental well-being is one of the reasons self-esteem matters. High self-esteem acts as a buffer against stress. High self-esteem doesn't mean you're not going to be stressed, not going to have issues and things coming at you. It's just that it's a buffer. It's defense. Whereas low self-esteem is strongly linked to anxiety, loneliness, and depression. A lot of us have been there. Relationships. A healthy relationship with yourself makes it easier to establish mutual respect, set boundaries, and avoid toxic dynamics. Very well mined. It's Wikipedia and very well mined. And all of this stuff is Googleable. Everything I talk about is Googleable. So you can find this stuff. And you find it, you can find the books, you can do your own deep dives. I do a lot of deep dives. How to build self-esteem. We talked about that. Practice self-compassion. Challenge negative thoughts. Don't let negative thoughts just dwell in your head. I don't care if it's taking a walk. I don't care. But one of the biggest things we can do is what's in our ears. The podcasts we listen to. If you're watching reality TV, no offense, if you're watching a lot of trash TV and reality stuff and you're not watching a podcast on how to better yourself at least once a day, Pivot Lover. What's your name, Pivot? Trying to remember your name. You had a stroke when you were 20. I don't care if it's a 2 to 3 word poem, line poem, whatever. Start writing again. Just things that make you feel good. Things that are on your mind. Just start writing. Stroke or no. Sue. Start writing again, Sue. If you haven't written, start writing, sketching, drawing, doing whatever's on your mind to do. You were a great writer, just start moving the pen. Just write. Especially if you loved it. If you love to write, write. Yeah, don't stop. All right, how to build self-esteem. Practice self-compassion. Challenge negative thoughts. I saw your sketch. You do some impressive sketches. Yeah, her sketches were so good, it made me get unconfident with myself. No, you do some great sketches. Set boundaries. Keep promises to yourself. That lasting self-esteem is built when you set goals and follow through with them, building deep trust in capabilities. Yo, daily journals, books. I just got a reflection journal that has a lot of prompts in it. I didn't know how important it was to have journals with prompts in it. Because the journals I usually have are just pages and I write out my daily things. But I write stuff all the time. Books, stuff everywhere. Write it down, make it plain. Encourage yourself. And I talked about this before. If you're making daily goals, put like 2 to 3 on a piece of paper. Don't put 10 things that you need to do in there. Because when you don't get through it, it does something to you. When you can't check off all your joints, me just putting this on here and doing my hour with y'all is a huge deal. Let me tell you something else, because someone asked about me they thought I was a doctor or something. And Lisa, I'm surprised Lisa said that, because Lisa's known me. We've known each other for 18 years. I've been here 18 years. And she's seen a lot of that. She's been to some of my events and stuff. And that's just part of my calling. Sometimes your calling, and let me say this to y'all, your calling doesn't have to wait. I'm not saying if you want to be a doctor, a surgeon, you're supposed to go out there and start doing surgery. No. But if it's something on you that you have to say it. Say it. And you don't know who it's going to put you around. Me talking and being who I am helped millions of people I don't know. And I've been mentioning Dr. Zoe Shaw. Y'all can look her up. If you look at Dr. Zoe Shaw now, her books and she just had a piece on OWN. I told her when I met her she was going to eventually be on TV. She's on TV. I helped her start a podcast. I helped not pre-edit, but I was one of the first people to ever read her memoir in a book. And I've had so many experiences like that with people. But what would have happened if I just stayed quiet? Don't stay quiet. You don't know who's going to help. Sue, don't stay quiet. Echo, you not quiet at all. Your name is Echo. And your sketches. Sketches going to help me work out. And more. It's a whole nother. All right. Take care of your physical health. This is one that's been a big deal for me because in doing the construction of my new content suite boutique, blah, 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 I've been relaxing, but I've been making sure I get out and work. But I started working on the golf simulator. I've been wanting to play golf for a while, and now I can actually hit a golf club, hit a golf ball. And it's, she's like, what? Take care of your physical health. Regular exercise and proper nutrition can dramatically impact your mood and self-image. I don't care if it's just walking around the block, y'all. Get it in. All right, y'all. Self-esteem. I hope that blessed somebody today, right? I hope you guys have an amazing start to your day. Thank you for kicking off your day with me. Those that are coming in on a regular basis. And like I said, you get to see the beginning of this as it goes through the ups and downs, stuff like that. Will there be a day that I may miss because of something? I don't know. It might be. But guess what? Right now, as of now, and let me tell you, this is the power of consistency. And big shout out to, is it Josh Johnson, the comedian? You have a great day too. Now I'm hopping on the road. Oh, have a great day too. Drive safe. You're welcome, Sue. Josh Johnson, comedian. I'm going to put up a quote by him. But he said he had committed to doing putting up a live comedy clip every day of a different comedy sketch or something. And he had 182 straight days or something. And he said in the midst of it, he was just trying to be a better comedian. But now he has 182 clips or pieces or whatever it was. And that's how I feel about the level of consistency. All of a sudden, cut to, I've been doing this now. Is this Thursday? Is this day? Yesterday was day 7, I believe. So today is the 8th episode of me doing this. And yesterday was an hour and 30 minutes. So 7. So right now I have 7 hours of content on self-love. 7 hours of content on self-love. Y'all may see your boy on TV in the next couple months. I'm just saying, but this is TV now. So anyway, so start something that you can do. And I tell people, start something you can do without any help. This phone is amazing and you can go live, but we do go live and vent sometime on here, but go live and try to encourage some people. Let's change the narrative, help somebody. All right. Love y'all. Have a blessed, fun-filled, wonderful day. God bless, one love. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.